Hey, what's going on everybody? This is Derek Austin. Welcome back to my channel. You know, I love to talk about points, miles, rewards, credit cards in general. Also like to talk about programs like hotel programs, airline programs, also programs like the credit card point programs like membership rewards, ultimate rewards, thank you points, and CapitalOne, and many more. Well, it's not too many more, but anyway. Also love to talk about travel, cash back, that kind of thing. Anything that will get you return on your spend, your cash flow, taking advantage, almost like filtering out value out of your cash flow. That's what we're all about. So today I want to talk about 5 Turkish airline miles and smiles sweet spots you can use to maximize your CapitalOne miles and your thank you points, okay? They're both, it's transfer partners on both of those programs at a 1-to-1 ratio. So 1 CapitalOne mile gets you 1 Turkish mile. One thank you point gets you 1 Turkish mile. And this is one of the most rewarding programs, especially domestically, okay? So there's gonna be 5 of them on this. I am referencing an article from the Points Guy written by Benji Stwatsky, and it was published on October 26, 2021. So go ahead and check that article if you're more of a reader, you know, or maybe you like to hear it reading it, but you also like to hear it verbally in a video. So anyway, you're here now, so why not go through with it? So if you like this type of content, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. It really helps me put out more and more content, shows me that you guys like it, and I hope to help you guys out with this one. So this is just one of the programs. There are gonna be many programs, okay? This is just one of the programs. So I think most of the people are gonna be looking for CapitalOne miles just because that's the Venture X just came out, and they're probably gonna be trying to figure out how they're gonna use these miles. Just keep in mind, CapitalOne miles is 1.85 cents per point with the Points Guy. That's what he values them at. I think 1.7 cents per point with thank you points, but I think it's actually, the thank you points have gone through some changes too, and they're probably about 1.85 cents or 1.9 cents as well. But you don't have to settle for 1.85 cents per point. In fact, that's an average. When they put out these numbers, like the value of these transferable points, it's an average. They're thinking that if you're just using your points blindly to transfer partners, you're gonna get about that. And that's probably true. But if you take some effort and look for sweet spots, like you plan out, I'm going to Hawaii, so I'm gonna use Turkish airline miles and get some huge value, that would be a good move. You're gonna go to India, we'll talk about that. So let's get right into it. You can get 10 cents per point. So if you have CapitalOne, let's see, a Venture X, and you get 2 cents per point, you get 2x on a purchase. That can literally be a 20% rebate because you get 10 cents per point. Let's get into the sweet spots. There's many sweet spots with CapitalOne. This is just one of, there's 5 sweet spots here with Turkish. There's so many transfer programs. Imagine how you could probably travel to a lot of places on these sweet spots and get these amazing deals, okay? So, and it's true, you can. So Turkish miles and smiles, all right. So the first one is flying to Hawaii, 7,500 each way on economy, okay? And that would be 15,000 round trip. Just keep in mind the reference of United, and that's flying on United. You're using Turkish miles flying on United. And the United miles, if you use United miles, would be about 45,000 miles round trip instead of 15,000 miles. So just look at the value on that. Also, this is definitely one that could be easily 3 cents per point to 10 or 11 cents per point. It really depends on when you got the redemption, if it's available, on how much the actual ticket costs. But yeah, it could be an easy $1,000 round trip, $1,500 round trip. Could also be $300 or $400 round trip. So it really depends on when you're flying. And when I say like the $300 or $400 round trip, it would be like the cheapest one possible on any of the airlines, not just flying United or that kind of thing. So I think it's more of a fair way to look at it, you know? But anyway, yeah, you can get a lot of value. So think about this, 10 cents per point, but you possibly can get 10 cents per point flying economy on this flight. Now, if you wanted to do business class, yeah, it's 12,500 points each way, right? Amazing value. You're lying flat in Polaris from LAX to, I think it's laying flat, but anyway, you're going business class from to Hawaii and Hawaii back. Either way, the one you really want to look for is going from Hawaii to back to the mainland, back to LAX or San Francisco, because that you're losing time, and a lot of times it's an overnight flight, nosebleed. It would be nice to have a business class flight where you can maybe get some Z's, right? So that is really an easy 10 cents per point on a lot of the flights. Look for that. No matter what, it's an awesome redemption. Here's another one, domestic business class flights for 12,500, very similar, but you can go from LA or San Francisco to Newark or JFK, laying flat, going across, and that's the flight you want because you're going that way. That's where you're losing time, right? A lot of times they're gonna be overnight flights where you get to lay flat. Now again, is availability gonna be like all over the place? Maybe not. You might have to, you know, be a little bit flexible on when you want to do it. Maybe you actually have to find a business class flight and be like, okay, that's what I'm gonna go, you know, to get full advantage of this. But that is amazing value when you can get it. But if you can't get it from this one, maybe you can get it from another transfer program, right? Say if there's no availability here, maybe it is on like the American Airlines transfer partners or the Delta transfer partners, you know. So you just kind of have to keep on looking. But that is, if you can find that, that's an amazing sweet spot. Take advantage. This is probably the worst one of them all, but it's not bad. Business class to Europe, 45,000 Turkish miles each way. You're gonna be flying on Lufthansa or Swiss Airlines. Also, you might be flying on LOT, the Polish Airlines, Scandinavian, which is SAS, TAP Portugal, or United. 45,000 points each way. You want to definitely go from the United States to Europe. That's the way you want to make sure you get business class. It's not as big of a deal going back. That's when when you're going to Europe, that's when you're losing hours. A lot of times they're overnight flights. You want to sleep, right? So wake up refreshed in Europe, right? For your trip. So anyway, that's another great one. That could be easily 7, 8 cents, maybe even more cents per point on your Turkish miles that you've transferred from either CapitalOne miles or thank you points. So Mexico, going to Mexico in economy, 10,000 miles, 15,000 in business class. So that's really cool too. One of the good sweet spots, I guess, with Turkish. Here's another huge sweet spot, North America to India, 52,500 miles in business class. It's a really, really long flight. It's probably like 15 hours, 13 hours, something like that. Especially if you get it direct, you might be going where you're getting a connection, but there are direct flights. I've seen it from New York to like Mumbai. I'm not sure if it's to Delhi too, but I do remember that when I flew to India directly from the North America. 52,500 Turkish miles is an amazing deal. You would really do well with this one. Lay flat that far, get to sleep, on part of the flight. Also, you get you get fine dining. Just get taken care of really well. So that'd be an amazing redemption. I'm sure you can easily get 10, 12, 15 cents possibly per point on a redemption like this. Again, hey, you do not have to settle. And that is the sweet spots that are listed in this article. I've never used Turkish Airlines miles. I'm gonna be using them. This is amazing. One of the many sweet spots. Don't just go and transfer them right now to Turkish Airlines, because there's other sweet spots. Wait till you know what you want to do, and then when there is a ticket available, then you transfer it over. Because all of a sudden you might be like thinking, I'm going to use Turkish Airlines miles to go to Hawaii. Then you try to do it and there's no availability. But there is availability with another transfer partner. So keep the miles or the points, credit card points and thank you points and that, keep them there. Same with American Express and United, with Chase's Ultimate Rewards. Keep them there, okay? The only time you ever just transfer on a speculative basis is if they get like a big bonus. Just a quick example of it, British Airlines miles all the time would have a 40% bonus on transferring to British from like American Express. That would be like an example, right? So instead of 1-to-1, you're getting 1.4 cents British Airlines miles for every membership rewards point, and then you can find your sweet spots from there. But I'd still hold off on that unless you really had a redemption. But that's the only time I'd ever consider transferring those points out early, okay? So these are sweet spots where you literally could be getting 20 cents back per dollar spent, or 20% back in value on every dollar you spent if you do it on the back end. So you can, on the front end, it is gaining the points. You're just getting the points, 2 cents per point. And then you can also use a saver card to get 3 cents per point on dining and groceries, right? Getting the points. But now you got to use them, right? You can use them at 1 cent per point on Purchase Eraser, just getting cash back, right? You can do that. But you can also transfer it for an amazing reward, set yourself up, plan it out, and get 10 cents per point very easily. There's a bunch of examples right in this video, okay? 10 cents per point, you can. So think about that. That is 20% back on a 2x on your Venture X or your Venture card. Amazing, okay? So just gotta think about that. This is one sweet spot. Check them out for yourself. If you do want to use this, you gotta sign up for Turkish Airlines miles. So then when you are ready to transfer them, then you're just ready to do it. And ready to get that huge value. This is the back end stuff, the stuff where you can really get a ton of value. You can only get so much value out of gaining points. You get tons on the back end on getting the redemptions like these, okay? Hope you liked the video. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for many more things like this. I'm gonna come out with more sweet spots for American Airlines, ones that are relevant for American Airlines. American Express, for CapitalOne miles, for Citi thank you points, for Chase's UR. I'm gonna come up with a whole bunch of sweet spots just like this that will help you get huge redemptions and get you huge value for your spend and the points that you have, all right? Have a good one. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, bye.